Romeo and Juliet is one of the silliest love stories I have ever heard of in my entire life. We're about to have a history lesson, ladies and gentlemen, so strap in, okay? William Shakespeare wrote a play called Romeo and Juliet. It is based on two lovers from two different feuding families, the Montagues and the Capulets. If you've already read it or you've already seen it in a movie, stick with me. This isn't going to take very long. For those of you that have not, it's based on two lovers that are separated by a family feud between the Montagues, Romeo, and the Capulets, Juliet. At the beginning of the story, Romeo is in love with a girl named Rosaline. She's, evidently this really wonderful, pretty girl, and he's in love with her. She, however, does not return his feelings. So, to help him get over it, his family, cousins and stuff, tell him, oh, it would be a good idea to crash the Capulets' ball. So they put on masks and crash this masquerade ball at the Capulets' house, where he sees Juliet. He dances with her, they kiss, and then it's revealed to both of them that they're from feuding families. Somehow, this doesn't seem to stop them. So the next day, I'm not kidding you guys, the next day, they get married. In secret. Without telling anyone, they get married by a friar. Juliet is 13 years old. Romeo is 15, 14, 14 and 13, and married. I didn't even want to be married when I was 13. I had no interest in being married. I barely even wanted to kiss boys when I was 13. But here we go, married. So they spend a night together, and then the next day he runs off to hide away, and then later she's going to join him. They're going to run away together. They're going to elope. But, unfortunately, since Juliet did not tell her family that she got married, she is of marrying age, and they are trying to marry her off to this man named Paris. And he's 22. Yes, 22. He's attractive, he's rich, he's, respected and responsible. Yet Juliet does not want to marry him. So her parents set them up, and they're like, hey, by the way, you're betrothed to Paris. And she's like, we can't do that. So she goes to the friar and convinces him to let her take a potion that will render her lifeless for 3 days. It will seem like she's dead for 3 days, enough time for her family to put her in a tomb, not inside a casket, just in a tomb, and think her dead, so that she can then run off and join her male friend. So, the friar sends a message to Romeo that Juliet is not really dead, she's pretending so that they can run off together. However, Romeo hears that she's dead before the message reaches his house. He actually passes the messenger on his way to get to her. So he doesn't receive the message because he's so reactionary. So he runs off to this tomb where she's lying apparently dead, sees her, kisses her, and kills himself on top of her. He's known her for a week. He married her the day after he met her. Lies on top of her and kills himself. She then, of course, wakes up from her lifeless state, sees him, and tries to kiss the poison off of his lips. He hasn't left her any, of course, because he thought she was dead. So, her solution is to shove a dagger through her stomach and kill herself. What? 13 and 14. She's already disobeying her parents by a huge jump. She's married a guy that she barely knows. Then she kills herself for him. What? I could understand you thinking this was a beautiful love story if they were 25, and they'd known each other for months and months and been meeting in secret for ages, and they knew they were head over heels for each other and wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. But come on! They were 13 and 14. They knew each other for a week. What? I don't understand. I don't get it. Romeo and Juliet, ladies and gentlemen.